Hey guys, doing a Quintessential Quintuplets video series here, looking at the bones of the waifu decks for the 5 girls in the sets. We've got Victor with us again,
Hello.
and in this video we're going to be looking at Yotsuba and the cards that we think are the best fit for her deck.
For trial decks, Yotsuba really comes out a winner. She's got a level 1 climax combo, 1045, 1k power on your turn. And when she attacks, if you have the treasure climax in your climax zone, have 2 other quintuplet characters, you mill 2 cards of your deck, and you salvage a quintuplet character with level less than or equal to the combined levels of the cards you mill. It's a card that's seen play in a lot of different series so far. Looking at Grisaya,
plays it.
Slime plays it.
Yep. Just really good. And the fact that this is a 65 on your turn on attack is pretty good. It gives you deck speed, gives you selectivity. I like these more than the mill 3 salvage based on characters milled because you can mill like events. Because she has a decent 2-1 event that you could play from her TD as well. This combo was spoiled, and I was like, mind blown. So good. I can't believe they put this in the TD.
Yeah, this is definitely a double R power level card.
The level 3 combo is another treasure. Just like most of the waifu kind of themes, most of the girls have the same climax typing, and Yotsuba got the gold bar. I can't believe I just called it treasure. If you have 2 or more quintuplet characters, it gains 1k, so it's a 10-5 base. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you can heal 1, and when it attacks, if the gold bar is in the climax zone and you have 4 or more other quintuplet characters, until the end of the opponent's turn, it gains an additional 1k. And at the beginning of the opponent's attack phase, you can choose a character and give it -2 soul.
Yeah, the -2 soul on this character being selectable means that you can choose a direct attack slot, you can choose the character in front of it. It gives you a lot of flexibility there. The other thing about this card, not on the slide, is there's a 2-1 that climax combos with the same climax, lets you put this into play from your hand at level 2. So she's not just limited to giving -2 soul at level 3, she can also help keep you alive earlier in the game at level 2.
There's a couple good things where the change does come from your hand, so you get the heal. The major detractions I have from this is that the changer is your level support, so you lose that because you've changed. The level support goes to graveyard, and you have to have 4 or more quintuplet characters to get the climax combo off. Sometimes you just can't get that 4th other character on board, and that can sometimes just blow up your game plan, unfortunately.
Yeah, requiring 4 characters in play for these -soul effects is also pretty impactful on attack order when playing around anti-change counters specifically. If you get blown out and lose one of your Yotsubas, you'll lose the -soul from the one you lost, and the next one won't even have the option to do it. So think about side attacking with this when you're doing the combo, especially if you play her early at level 2. So to go with our level 1 combo, which is very strong on attack, but very weak on defense, and something we want to do often, especially in a deck that has treasures to put back into our hand. During our turn, if I have 2 or more other quintuplet characters, this card gets 2,000 power, so we have a 1065. And when one of your other characters is front attacked, you can pay 1, send her to the waiting room to return the front attacked character to hand. So this is a really good 3rd character to put into play when you do your combo. It'll get your climax combo back for next turn for that treasure you triggered. And she also attacks as a 65 herself, so she is no slouch when it comes to reversing your opponent's board.
Yeah, I think this card's really good. Acting as a beater to reverse the opponent's board and being able to recur your combo is just really good. Wish it went to memory. Apparently Bushiroad just forgot about all the memory mechanics it gave every other set and did not give quintuplets any of those kind of effects. But going to waiting room, maybe I can grab it off of the combo on the 2nd turn, then I can recur like your combo should it be reversed. is just really good. So this card is great. So it's definitely an include in the good stuff deck as well, even if you're not playing the Yotsuba combo for your level 1, which I definitely think is a really good stuffs as well.
Yep. To go with all of our treasure icons, we have a level 0 500 global for all quintuplet characters, and when your trigger check reveals a treasure, you can discard a card, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand and the other in the waiting room. So this lets you hand filter off the top 2 cards. One important thing for these types of effects is you do fully resolve the treasure to put it in your hand before this effect goes off, so you are able to discard the climax you just triggered for her cost, keeping all those climaxes out of your hand before you refresh.
As someone who's played a lot of 8-bar decks, not having some sort of card like this to put in the back row and help you filter those bars as you trigger them makes you feel really sad. So this is definitely a worthwhile inclusion. Even I've considered putting in like 4-bar as like a 1 or 2 of sometimes as well.
It's very frequent to see Milky Holmes play 2 copies of this card despite only having 4 treasures and 4 doors.
Yeah. And then here we have Yotsuba's Brainstorm. If you've watched any of the other videos, we've mentioned that a lot of the girls are trigger specific. Yotsuba is the one Brainstorm that is just a rest self, and any climax you hit allows you to search for a quintuplet character. It also has a startup effect of pay 1, discard a climax to take a card in your clock, add it to hand, then clock yourself, and then it gives 500 power to a character, which is pretty good.
Yeah, Yotsuba has probably the best generic Brainstorm. She's not selfish. She doesn't only care about treasure icons for the cards you mill, and her ability here is useful in any deck. It's more useful in decks with treasure and gate because those are the climax archetypes that put more climaxes in your hand, but this would be just fine for any climax type, because you'll get flooded on climaxes in some games regardless of which ones you're playing.
Yep. So that concludes the 5 Yotsuba cards that we've pulled out as like the 5 bones for like the waifu deck. There are 4 other videos. You can check those out in the description below. For the power level, this one probably I put this one in like 4th. I just don't really I like the Nino one a little bit more than this one.
I think the level 3 is a little bit too vulnerable. Even in sort of a waifu deck environment with Quints, every single character got an anti-change counter. Some got better ones than others, but there are 5 anti-change counters running around in this set alone, and being forced to side attack with your early play to get the minus soul, especially when there are such good early plays out right now that side attacking can often be a 0 soul attack just to keep your character in play.
Yeah. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you check out some of the other videos in the description, and we'll see you in another video later on.